Devils to Coffin Break. I wanted this video to come out earlier this week, but it's been getting cold and I just love laying on the couch with tons of blankets, watching The Office. Anyway, this week's theme is strangers. Strangers is one of the classic horror characters. Having someone you have no personal connection to harming you is terrifying. So let's get started. The first film I want to recommend is Cut. The film is by Park Chan-wook. It is included in the first Three Extremes film collection. The film Cut is about a director who wakes up tied up in one of his film sets, along with his wife and an unknown child. The man who has the director tied up is a stranger to the director until he reveals himself to be an extra that has appeared in five of the director's films. The extra is disappointed with the director's current work and wants him to be better. The extra starts to quiz the director. Any answers that aren't satisfactory will result with the extra chopping off fingers of the director's wife. I will eventually make a video of the movies Three Extremes, both collections, because these are really good horror films and take a look at horror and film horror in a different way. The next film I want to recommend is the film Duel. Duel is a 1971 film based off a short story written by Richard Matheson, the author of the novel I Am Legend. Duel is directed by Steven Spielberg and is about a man named David making a business trip through the desert. As he's driving, there's a tanker truck ahead of him driving slow. David decides to go around the truck and passes him. Everything seems to be fine until the tanker truck catches up to David and pisses him aggressively. This is what sets off the film. David is trying to avoid this aggressive driver throughout the whole desert. We never get to see the driver or learn anything about him. There's a scene where David tries to guess who he is at a truck stop, but we never get to verify who it is or why he's doing this. The third film I want to recommend is 1968's Rosemary's Baby. This is one of my favorite films, and I love the soundtrack. I usually listen to it while I'm at work. Rosemary's Baby is about a pregnant woman who believes her husband has joined a satanic cult and is going to sacrifice their new child. But I want to point out is the movie how the satanic members enter the lives of Rosemary and her husband. The couple move into a new apartment and the neighbors come by to welcome them and invite them for dinner. This action isn't utter menacing. Plus, greeting and getting to know your neighbors was the social norm back then. What I find terrifying is how normal this was. It was normal to invite people over for dinner who you've just met. They're basically strangers. You don't know who you're inviting and what can be the consequences. That's all I have for this week's recommendations in the theme of strangers. Next week's the theme, or next video, the theme will be setting. I want to recommend films where the setting drives the film. Thank you all for watching. All the trailers are in the description. If you enjoyed this video, hit like. Until death do us part, my devils.